We are more connected by technology than ever before. Yet, across these dense modern cities, divorce rates are skyrocketing. For many families, homes have quietly devolved into silent hotels, places where parents and children barely speak, and people simply sleep and stare at their screens. We often assume we have outgrown ancient relational wisdom. A modern teacher once challenged Master Kylie Shu about the DZ, a traditional text detailing standards for behavior. The teacher pointed to the rule that instructs children to greet their parents in the morning and bid them good night in the evening, complaining that checking in twice a day was annoying and outdated. This rule serves a highly specific psychological function. When a child greets their mother in the morning, she immediately sees their face glowing with health. It proves they slept well. That simple interaction grants her peace of mind to start her day, allowing her to read her child's emotional state before they even leave the house. Contrast this with a modern story Master Kai shared about a university student. The boy came home from school, entirely ignored his family, and locked himself in his room to play video games. His mother, having no idea he was in the house, panicked. She called the school wondering if he had been kept late and debated calling the police. By failing to say a simple "I'm home," the child caused immense, unnecessary terror. This principle extends directly into marriage. If a husband decides to skip dinner and stays out until midnight without calling his wife, he leaves her waiting in the dark. Her effort in cooking is wasted, and her mind races with anxiety. While these rituals are often viewed as relics of blind obedience, they function as the scaffolding for psychological safety. They allow the people we love to feel seen and secure before the day even begins. When psychological safety is established, an almost telepathic bond of care forms within a healthy family. Mothers will routinely wake up in the dead of night, sensing a drop in the room's temperature, just to check if their sleeping child has kicked off their blankets. Ancient records detail this invisible connection. A famous disciple of Confucius was gathering firewood in the mountains when a guest arrived from far away. His mother, wanting to respect the guest but needing her son, bit her own finger with a needle. Instantly, high on the mountain, the disciple felt a sharp pain in his heart. He knew something was wrong and rushed home. While it sounds like mythology, Master Kai experienced the exact same phenomenon. Working in Haiku, hundreds of miles from his family, he woke up at midnight with a terrible, inexplicable tightness in his chest. Calling home the next day, he discovered his mother accidentally took the wrong medication, causing her severe physical distress at that exact same hour. When we fracture that connection through instability, the results are destructive. A university student in Shandong abandoned all personal structure to play violent shooting games obsessively through the night. His mind deteriorated into deep paranoia. Believing people were trying to kill him, he took a weapon to the streets and attacked several strangers, destroying his life and permanently traumatizing his family. Moral stability and daily structure provide a reliable foundation of peace for our parents. When that structure collapses into chaos, the individual suffering vibrates through the entire family network, severing the connection for everyone involved. Finding stability in modern marriage is particularly difficult. Master Chai once sat at a dinner table with 4 women. 3 of them were already divorced, and the 4th, who had a 1-year-old child, was preparing to file for divorce as well. Seeing this, Master Kai offered them a definitive rule for a lifelong union. He told them to make a conscious daily choice. Look exclusively at your partner's strengths and refuse to dwell on their weaknesses. During the honeymoon phase of a relationship, the guiding question is always, "What can I do for you?" But the moment the marriage certificate is signed, the mindset often twists into, "What should you do for me?" At that moment, selfish expectations entirely replace mutual gratitude. We can visualize this shift through an old parable. Look closely at this diagram of a long dining table. A man asked a deity to show him the difference between heaven and hell. The deity took him to hell first. He found a table exactly 1 meter wide, covered in delicious food. But every diner was holding a pair of chopsticks exactly 1 meter long. Because hell is an environment of pure selfishness, every diner immediately tried to shove the food into their own mouths. But the geometry makes this physically impossible. The chopsticks collided, the food dropped, The hungry diners grew furious and began to fight. Then the deity took him to heaven. The conditions were identical: the same table, the same food, the same 1-meter chopsticks. But here, the diners calmly picked up the food and extended their arms across the table to feed the person sitting opposite them. Everyone ate perfectly. The environment did not change. The only difference between heaven and hell is the direction of our intent, whether we are obsessively trying to feed ourselves or choosing to nourish the people around us. When a couple stops nourishing each other, they enter conflict. But the true opposite of love is not hate. A heated argument at least allows for emotional release. The deepest wounds come from total indifference, the silence of the Cold War. The destructive physical power of human intention has been tested through the rice experiment. When you take a bowl of cooked white rice and speak deep gratitude to it every day, it ferments with a sweet, fragrant smell. When you hurl daily insults at a second bowl, it turns black and emits a foul odor. But look at the results in this time-lapse video when a third bowl is introduced. The rice on the right is completely ignored. It receives neither praise nor hate. Yet it rots the fastest, developing the most toxic, foul-smelling mold of all three. This translates directly into the home. If a husband eats the dinner his wife spent hours cooking in complete silence, or if a wife refuses to look up from her phone when her partner enters the room, that indifference actively rots the emotional core of the marriage. The antidote to this decay lies in the 4 embracing methods. This means actively giving small tokens of thought, using loving speech to offer comfort, sharing an identity in action through common family goals, and performing beneficial actions, like leaving a warm hallway light on so a partner returning late from work doesn't walk into a dark, empty house. It also requires hyper-specific praise. If a partner attempts to wash the dishes, identifying the one bowl washed perfectly provides a specific anchor for positive reinforcement. It shifts the environment from one of constant criticism to one where success feels achievable, making a return to the sink feel like a chance for further validation rather than another opportunity for failure. Family harmony is a matter of daily conscious design. You have a choice to make today. You can rot your home through the silent treatment, or you can pick up your long chopsticks, look for the good, and start building a heaven right where you are.